97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Business Weekly on Citi TV with me, Vivian Kai Lokko. We have a packed program this week as we look at all the big stories that made headlines in the world of business. Coming up in today's edition, a lot of criticism hitting the Trade Minister Gabra over a directive issue this week. Also, the second power batch is on its way. We'll tell you exactly when it's arriving in Ghana. And what's with this new rent law? What is going to be in this law and how will it affect you? We'll tell you all in this edition of Business Weekly. And to a very first story where members of parliament have heavily criticized the Trade Minister Gabra over a directive issued this week calling for the ban on the exportation of cashew nuts. According to Gabra, from the end of March till May this year, there will be a ban on the exportation of cashew nuts. But this directive was heavily criticized by members of parliament. Now, the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing is proposing amendments to the current rent law. Under the amendments that the ministry is seeking, landlords will not be able to charge more than a month's advance for rents. According to the ministry, the latest move is to stop the over-exploitation, among others, by landlords. And the country's second power batch is expected to arrive in the country in September this year. That power batch can produce as much as 225 megawatts of power. It can also be expanded to over 400 megawatts of power. And some other stories in the energy industry where President Mahama has dismissed reports that the Volta River Authority has cancelled an estimated $20 million debt owned by mining firm Golden Star Resources. Now, the company is said to owe the VRA about $40 million, but requested for the crossing out of that debt, $20 million of that debt, citing the adverse impact of falling world price of gold on its operations. But President Mahama early this week flatly rejected those reports. Let's go to the banking industry where the latest financial stability report released by the Bank of Ghana this year shows that interest income from loans continue to be the main source of income for banks in Ghana. Cash from loans constituted about 50% of total income for banks as of December 2015 compared to the 45.5% recorded in December 2014. Now, the second highest income for banks is from investments, i.e. treasury bills, among others. The remaining is from fees and commissions. About 29.3% of income from banks for 2015 was from investments, including treasury bills, shares, and other equities. We'll still stay in the banking industry, and for about 3 weeks now, banks continue to release their financials for 2015. And this week, we're looking at Chow Bank, which performed very well despite the economic challenges we experienced last year. Now, according to the bank's financials for 2015, it made as much as 16% profit upwards from what it experienced in 2014. And the Minerals Commission has threatened to punish anybody found guilty of smuggling gold from Ghana. It follows the impounding of about 480 kilograms of gold early this year by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority at the Kotoka International Airport. That was worth over $18 million. And that's it for today's edition of Business Weekly on Citi TV with me, Vivian Kai Lokko. Thank you for joining us and see you again next week. Goodbye.